Hey, what is going on, guys? My name is Ben. How you guys doing today? What I have for you today in this video is I want to give you guys my thoughts about the announced or the most recently announced Galaxy S8 and Galaxy S8 Plus. So, Samsung announced it last week, Wednesday, and it'll be out on April 21st. And let's go over my thoughts about it. And if you guys want to see the event of them actually announcing it, you can go to youtube.com/Samsung Mobile, and it'll say like live stream. Actually, I have this stream over here. Samsung Galaxy S8 Unpacked live stream. But it's basically an hour long. And they basically shortened it so that it's just the event itself about them talking about the Galaxy S8. Now, let's go over the hardware-wise, in terms of the design. So the design, if you guys have been following up on the rumors to see what the phone is going to look like, it was pretty much on par with those pictures that we've been seeing for like the past few weeks. Samsung ditched the physical home button, but, they made a touch capacitive home button instead. Not only that, but they also made the screen like go all the way to the edge, to the edges. And those are curved edges, but the screen is actually overlapping those edges, and now it's all the way. So you don't have a bezel anymore on these phones. And the Galaxy S8 Plus, so it looks like there is no edge model anymore. Instead it looks like they replaced it with the S8 Plus model. And the screen size is 6.2 inches. Now, if you guys have known me for a while or have been subscribing to me for a while, I have a Note 4. Love that thing. Although it's starting to lag at me a little bit now, but not as bad as the iPhone did when it aged. And 5.7 inch screen was a perfect size for me. And when I heard 6.2 inches on the screen size, I'm thinking to myself, okay, maybe that's actually kind of going over my limits now, because about an inch more, I can get myself a mini tablet, like the iPad mini. But what, for a cell phone, I think 5.7 inches is the sweet spot for me. And I have to double check on the screen size of the regular Galaxy S8, because if it's the same size as the Note 4 or the Note 7 screen, then I'd probably go with that one instead of the S8 Plus model. Now, in terms of the features that Samsung announced for this phone, I mean, the features, it seemed pretty straightforward from what we saw with the Note 7 before Samsung discontinued that product. For instance, the iris scanner, scan it with your eye, unlock your phone with your eye. I've seen that with the Note 7 before. So they must have integrated that feature onto the S8 and the S8 Plus. They also dug deeper into Samsung Pay, and then they announced a few more features, Samsung Connect, which, if I recall correctly, that did existed already. And then, they announced like a new reminders app from what I gathered in the event, which was Bixby. And, they also talked about the Samsung Galaxy VR Bluetooth controller, where like you can play your games with the virtual reality equipment that they have, which seemed pretty straightforward to me. Now, in terms of the phones themselves, they do have better cameras and obviously faster processor speeds, but most of my thoughts about this phone is pretty much going to be on towards the design, because really, the features, like when they add more features in there, it's great. They're giving the consumers a variety of tools to use on their phones, because the way they see it is that the phone should be adapting to us versus us adapting to the phones. That's when like they made I would say, or they would call it, drastic changes, such as getting rid of the bezel on the screen, integrating in certain features for it to know you a little bit better. I think that Samsung is pretty much on par with that. So I would say that most of my thoughts about the Galaxy S8 and the S8 Plus are going to be more towards the design base of the phones themselves, in terms of performance speeds. I already know that it's going to blow out all the phones that I have in the house right now, because I mean, I'm running on older devices here. The Note 4, yeah, I would consider it outdated now because I don't think it was receiving any software updates lately. And you know, the Note 7, well, the Note 7 that had problems, so I can't really count that one. But you know, the Galaxy S7 and the S7 Edge, you know, were great. Were great to the Galaxy S lineup, and you know, the S8 and the S8 Plus. I have no doubt about it. If it does not have any of those battery issues that we've heard before. Now, you know, they did still go with the curved edges, but you know, hopefully they don't have like any battery issues that the Note 7 had. You know, we'll just have to see, you know, once people get their hands on these devices. And I hope everyone will be cautious and be safe when using these devices. And you know, if the issue then arises drastically as it did with the Note 7, then okay, you know, Samsung has definitely done their homework. They're definitely went with different manufacturers for certain materials that they need for these phones. So, you know, in terms of the design itself, you know, I'd say it's just pretty much straightforward, pretty similar to what we saw on the S7 and the S7 Edge, except, you know, no bezel, no physical home button, and, you know, well, now I just have to gather, like, the rest of the specs, you know, in terms of, like, storage-wise, you know, expandable storage, how much can it support, you know, if it can support a 256 gigabyte micro SD card, you know, I'll be happy with that. And you know, because I may consider getting a new phone at some point, but I don't know yet. You know, don't get your hopes on that. You know, it probably won't be anytime soon. But you know, the Galaxy S8 may be a consideration on my list. I don't know about the S8 Plus because you know I have to go into the store to check it out due to the huge screen real estate. I say huge because for a smartphone, I say 5.7 inches is enough. And you know, for 6.2 inches, you know, while that might not seem like a big difference, I mean, compare 5.7 to 6.2, that's like a 0.5 inch difference, right? Well, here's the thing. You measure the screen diagonally, and then, you know, 0.5 inches is like right about here, and then, you know, that's going to affect how you hold the phone. You know, how long you can hold the phone in your hand. How many hands do you need to hold just one device? Do you need two hands or do you need one? Because the Note 4, I can hold it with one hand, no problem. The only time that I would have to use two hands is like when I'm texting. You know, if I wanted to text like this, or you know, if I want to use one finger, you know, just type like this and that's it, done deal. So, I mean, overall, what are my overall thoughts about the S8? I mean, it looks very slick. I mean, Samsung design, like, I don't know what it is. I have not been disappointed with the design at all because it just looks very sleek. You know, Apple, on the other hand, you know, it looks sleek as well, but I feel like it may be a little bland. You know, but Samsung, you know, I think may get onto the bland or the boring side as well because the design just looks so similar, but there's just something about it that really catches my eye. Maybe it's because like how they have the curved edges while Apple is pretty much flat. You know, that may be the case because, you know, the curved edges, believe it or not, I tried out the S7 Edge in the store one time. You know, and I must say, you know, I'm actually pretty impressed with it. So, you know, it'd be awesome and cool to have a curved display phone. What do you guys think? You know, are you going to get the Galaxy S8 or the S8 Plus? Could you care less? You know, are you going to stick with your iPhone, or are you using a Samsung Galaxy device and you're going to switch to an iPhone next or something else? I mean, what do you guys have to say about this? I mean, leave a comment down below. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe, rate, comment. Also, check out the description below for my social media links, Twitter, Instagram. I'll see you in the next one. Take care, everybody.